Hey, what's good, comic fans? I'm Campfire Rich, and we're here to bring you another character comic highlight. And in honor of the new Netflix original series, we're going to be talking about Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones first appeared in Alias #1. I'm not talking about the television series, I'm talking about the comic book. Where she was an investigator for superheroes or the supernatural, superhumans. You know, she walked on the line because she did have superpowers. That was where we first get introduced her to. So let's go back and talk about how she became an investigator and why she is an investigator. So let's go back and talk about some history. The history, she wasn't always Jessica Jones. She started out as Jessica Campbell, and she actually had a crush on Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, before he was Spider-Man. On her way home one day, she was in a car accident. Guess what? Ran into a military truck with radioactive material. Go figure. If you're not born a superhero, the one way to get a superhero real quick is to go get doused with radioactive material. I think I'm going to go find some radioactive material and roll around in it. Because apparently, if you touch that stuff, it doesn't kill you. It makes you superhuman. But at any rate, it killed her parents, put her in a coma. And, she wakes up. Her parents are dead. She ends up getting adopted by the Jones family, which is why she's now Jessica Jones. She goes back to school. She's getting picked on. She lashes out at Peter Parker because they think she's having pity on her. Basically, she witnesses a fight between Spider-Man and Sandman, I believe, and gets inspired to use her newfound powers for good, right? She sees Spider-Man in action. She's like, you know what? I want to be a superhero. I want to do my own thing and fight crime. So she turns into Jewel, all right? So now she goes by this name Jewel to fight crime and do all this kind of stuff, and she ends up running into a guy named the Purple Man, which we will talk about later. But right now, since she's using her superpowers, let's talk about her superpowers. Basically, super strength, the norm. She can fly, although it's a little rusty. Like, she's not like a Superman, stud as far as flying around. She can't control it that well, or she hasn't practiced well enough. She kind of loses the ability a little bit. I guess like getting rusty. That's just what I'm going to call it. She gets rusty. She doesn't fly all the time. And invulnerability, right? Like she can take a beating, Not Wolverine level, but she can take a beating and keep on ticking. All right? Maybe I should have said licking. She can take a licking and keep on ticking. That's what I should have said. But, those are superpowers. Nothing, crazy, over the top. Basically, chick, radioactive material, super strength, can fly a little bit. You can beat up on her. She's going to heal, quicker than what I would heal, right? Let's move on to our arch enemy, okay? Her arch enemy, I would have to say, would have to be the Purple Man. And we're going to spend just a second talking about this because this is actually pretty important to the character Jessica Jones. When she was Jewel, she responded to a call. She meets the Purple Man. The Purple Man has the ability to control people. It's basically like mind control, and jacked her up. Made her do some terrible things. Kept her under his control for about a year. And, sent her out to kill Daredevil. All right? We're not going to go into the history of Purple Man or Daredevil. It's about Jessica Jones. And Jessica Jones was sent by the Purple Man, or AKA Kilgrave, to go and attack Daredevil. Well, she ends up fighting Scarlet Witch, which is part of the Avengers. And, during that whole fiasco with her fighting the Avengers, they get her away from Kilgrave, put a block in her head, and help, break the spell of the Purple Man. Well, some of these effects were kind of residual, stayed with her, haunted her, and really did a number on her. I mean, like, the things that the Purple Man did to her or made her do, put her in this state of insecurity. And, you see she's got the alcohol, she's smoking and, all this kind of stuff. And she's stubborn. And she's kind of like, she's a person with problems, rightfully so with what happened to her. Anyway, She goes on to be a detective. She leaves the superhero stuff behind, which affects her ability to really be able to fly because she's not doing that kind of stuff anymore. Now she's an investigator, and she ends up teaming up with Matt Murdock some, which is Daredevil. So he gets introduced to this series, and I think it's awesome how they're probably going to tie all this together with the new Netflix series Daredevil and Jessica Jones and Iron Fist, all these people, right? They're all going to hopefully come together, and you might have some cameos here and there. I'll talk about a moment to remember now, which for me would have to be when she fought the Justice League, right? She's not a super known mainstream character, so it's not going to be a plethora of stuff that you hear about from her, but she did fight, did I say the Justice League? Where she fights the Avengers, and the Vision and Iron Man throw a beating on her. I mean, just wore her out completely. Broke her back, dislocated her retina. I don't know how you dislocate a retina, but they jacked her eyeballs up. Just had her whooped. So, yeah, before they fixed her and fixed her mind blocks and stuff like that, they threw a darn beating on this chick. So I would say that would be a moment to remember. Really looking forward to this Netflix series. I love Daredevil. I mean, I love everything about it. The series, the darkness, the grittiness of it, you know, how realistic it was. And also that it's simplistic, right? You want your big blockbusters, your big movies, you go out and you watch these Marvels, you watch these Avengers, you watch your Iron Mans, and they're all saving the world. They're on this huge epic proportion scale of a movie. And, you know, you got bringing it down to earth a little bit. You know, Daredevil's just handling the city. He's handling smaller cases. The same with Jessica Jones as she's investigating. And I'm really enjoying the direction that Marvel is taking their television series. And I'm actually excited for Jessica Jones coming out. So people, that's our comic character highlight. Short and sweet. Also, I'd like to add that if you want more information on the Purple Man, there is a YouTube channel out there done by Rob that's called Comics Explained, and he does a fantastic job of breaking down the Purple Man in great detail and even more about Jessica Jones. So if you want to get in depth, go to that channel, check him out, and follow him on Twitter. Until next time, people, man, I'm out.